Unfortunately, I just can't show on a show and tell. I don't know how.
Our show and tell button is not working, but if you're able to while we going on, if it comes on, that's okay.
I mean,
So
I'll keep trying to share it,
I
but I have a feeling it's just not going to populate.
good morning, travel partners. Good morning. Oma. Oma is like, oh my gosh. Hi friends. Oma Solis, you remember Oma?
Of course. Hi, Omar. How are you? I just saw Omar a couple of weeks ago at GTM.
Good morning, Paula. Good morning, travel advisors. This is such a nice, it's like with Oma now, it's like a reunion. So
Yes.
in travel, we never go away. We just go elsewhere. We just move around. So if you're missing somebody, check out other companies and they might be there. So
That's
Natalia
right.
and
That's
I
right.
go way back. I just sitting down there in front of you. I remember when you interviewed me to work with Air Jamaica Vacations.
That's right. We just, over the years, we just changed business
You just
cards, but
changed, yeah. So this
we,
is
we
this is this is what it is in the travel industry. So we move around because we love the industry so much. So we just move around, but we good morning, Cheryl. Good morning. So today I'm very excited. So we have a couple of people on. So good morning, everyone. This is Kelly, your host with Coffee with Kelly. And today I'm so excited. I have our all HFV crew according to Omar. So we have Natalia Greene in Coconut Bay Resort and Spa, and also Serenity at Coconut Bay. And I have seen a lot of questions about both properties in the group. So I was really happy that she agreed to come and talk to us. Unfortunately, we are not able to see her presentation, but she's still going to try to see if she can show slides when we start. But Natalia can talk. So we'll talk about everything about the two properties, who it's for, and what tour operators carry it and all that good stuff. Good morning, Janet. So we have Oma in Florida. We have Janet in Boston. Paula, where are you watching from? Where are you watching from, Cheryl? Let us know where you're watching and listening from. So Natalia, as I said before, we go way back from when you interviewed me for that was like what 20 years ago.
oh, let's not say a number, Kelly. Let's not say that. Because when Omar and I ran into each other a few
I
weeks
was
ago,
I was like 5 years old, so that we could say that.
yes, yes, we were both mere children when we met all
Children,
those years.
little kids. So Cheryl is in Nashville, Tennessee. Good morning, Cheryl. So I'm very excited. So I know we've had lots of questions about the two properties for St. Lucia in St. Lucia.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so today Natalia will brief us on properties. And good morning, Samantha from Trinidad and Tobago, and Jennifer
Hi.
from Maryland. So everybody's coming on. Good morning, ladies. I haven't seen any. Oh yeah, Oma is here. So today we'll be talking about just two properties: Coconut Bay Beach Resort and Spa, and Serenity at Coconut Bay, and they both very unique properties. And
Yes.
Natalia will talk to us about how to qualify our clients and how to get it. Good morning, Sharon. Sharon is in Jamaica. Good morning, Sharon. So we have agents from all over this morning.
That's
So
awesome.
Natalia, welcome to TASC, and all of our taskers are waiting to hear from you to talk. So we are going to St. Lucia for a minute. So Natalia, welcome. So tell us a little bit about you, and then we can go into the properties.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Kelly and I are having some technical difficulties, so for some reason, I can't share my presentation. It just will not. It just won't go. So in our show and tell, we're going to have to tell without the show today. So I hope you don't mind that. But yes, Kelly and I go way back, and we don't need to say the number of years, but I'm director of marketing for Coconut Bay Beach Resort and Spa and Serenity at Coconut Bay, two beautiful resorts on the exotic island of Saint Lucia. And for those of you that don't know Saint Lucia well, Kelly knows it intimately. It has a really diverse topography. So wonderful mountains and rainforests and waterfalls and white sand beaches and black sand beaches and golden sand beaches. And our 2 resorts are located on 1 stunning mile of beach on the exotic south coast of the island, just a short 5-minute transfer from Hiwanora. And what's really great about our 2 resorts, unfortunately, I just can't show it to you, is the location, because we're on the south coast of the island, we are not only a short airport transfer away, which means your clients don't lose their day of arrival or their day of departure in a long airport transfer, but also we're on the exotic south coast of the island. So we're close to all of the best of St. Lucia. So, you know, they say in real estate, it's all about location, location, location. Well, on your vacation, location is important too, because if you're staying at the opposite end of the island, you could have a 2-hour airport transfer, which really means you just lose your day of arrival and day of departure. So that's something, you know, to consider as you're talking to your clients. And I guess Kelly and I will just have a conversation about our 2 resorts today, since unfortunately I can't get this to show, but Kelly, maybe we can try it another time. I don't know if I need to try it on a different computer or what.
But we could talk right now, because Coconut Bay, we have, I always say it's perfect for families. The last time I was there, I literally saw some clients pulling the luggage from the hotel to the airport. That's to tell you how close you are to the airport. I was like, I see walking to the airport. But tell us about Coconut Bay, and you have the Harmony and what are the 2?
Splash Wing. Yeah. Harmony and Splash Wing. Yeah, so let's start with Coconut Bay. So Coconut Bay is our 250 room, 4-star premium all-inclusive. And our 250 rooms is divided into 2 wings. So our Harmony Wing is adults only for guests 18 and up. And our Harmony Wing has adults only pools, adults only bar. We have an adults only restaurant. Our spa is located on the Harmony Wing. Our wedding center is located on the Harmony Wing. And then our Splash Wing is our family friendly wing, Kelly, which, you know, we've got families that are repeat guests that come year after year. Their kids have grown up on resort. My kids have grown up on resort. So our Splash Wing is family friendly, and our Splash Wing is known for our water park and our kids club and our lazy river and our water slides. Now, our Splash Wing has the island's only resort petting zoo. It has the island's only resort paintball course. We have the island's only resort kite surfing facility. So if you've got clients that are adrenaline junkies, the traditional winter months in the States is our kite surfing season. It's a really great experience on resort. Our Splash Wing, Kelly, to your point, is also great for families because we have the 2-bedroom family connecting rooms. So that's good if you're traveling with larger families. Those 2 bedrooms are available on request. And of course, the water park and the kids club. Our kids club is 50,000 square feet. It includes its own splash pad. And not only that, but we take babies in the kids club. All children registered in the kids club get their own cocoa pack. So that includes a backpack, a water bottle, a t-shirt, a hat, and all of that is part of our all-inclusive package. And of course, at Coconut Bay, both resorts are situated on 85 acres and 1 mile of beach. Only our 2 resorts share that 1 mile of beach. So in the time that we're in now, where social distance is really important, our guests have lots of room to spread out. And I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you about the food and beverage experience at Coconut Bay. So for Coconut Bay, you've got 9 restaurants, 6 are a la carte, 7 bars situated throughout the resort. Our bars are poolside, swim up, beachfront, and of course, I mentioned 9 restaurants, 7 bars, 5 pools, of course. 2 of the pools are adults only, and then again, the water park. So lots to do and see, lots to keep everyone in the family busy.
How many does the 2-bedroom sleep, I suppose, on the family side? That's Janet asking that.
Oh, hi, Janet. Yes, the 2-bedroom sleeps 6 guests.
Okay.
And the 2 bedrooms are available with all of the major tour operators by request, or you can book that with us directly.
Talking about, okay, so all major tour operators for the US and in Canada as well, because we have we have some Canadians, and we're hoping Canada opens back for us in September.
We're hoping and praying that Canada comes back. Air Canada Vacations just told us this week that they're pushing back from September to October 3rd.
Now, tell us about, I don't know if that has changed, but I know some of your restaurants are certain time for kids and certain times for, that's two specialty restaurants.
Well, there's 9 restaurants now, 6 are a la carte, but in our 2 specialty restaurants that are upstairs where we have the dress codes, we do family-friendly dining times. And then later, as you go later in the evening, we try to have those be adults-only dining times. So Silk is our Asian-themed restaurant, which is one of those that has the specific time of dinings for family. And Calabash is our Caribbean fusion restaurant. Veranda is our adults only restaurant. Seaside is our Italian restaurant. Jerk Treehouse is one of the favorites. You can come as you are in the afternoons and get your jerk pork and your jerk chicken and your fish and your festival. So that's a really hot spot. I see that someone is asking the question of how we book directly, and thank you for asking that question. So let me go over before we get to talking about Serenity, let me go over our agent promos. So we have SeabayResortRewards.com, which is our loyalty program, or SerenityResortRewards.com. And regardless of what tour operator you book with, so if you've got a preferred tour operator, you are absolutely more than welcome to book either of our 2 resorts with those preferred tour operators. If you book with us directly, Coconut Bay pays 13% commission and Serenity pays 15% commission. But in addition to that, when you register your bookings with our rewards program, so again, that's SeabayResortRewards.com or SerenityResortRewards.com, then you can earn booking bonuses in addition to the commission. And for Coconut Bay, you get up to $60 booking bonus on a 7-night stay. For Serenity, you get up to $150 bonus on a 7-night stay. That varies by room category. I see someone's asking the question, would this be considered a luxury resort? Coconut Bay is not considered luxury. Serenity is absolutely considered luxury.
But you know what, saying this, you know how I always describe Coconut Bay? You buy Coke, and when you get there, you receive champagne. Because it's not luxury, you wouldn't advertise as luxury, but the services, the amenities, the food, when you get there, it's a different, it's a different bag of chips. So yes, it's not luxury, but you get the luxury service with your not luxury payments, if that makes sense. So that's one of the things I like about Coconut Bay. So
and one of the nice things with the Coconut Bay rooms, so let me talk a little bit about our room categories. So for Coconut Bay, Harmony has 4 room categories, and Splash has 4 room categories plus the 2 bedrooms. But one of the things that's nice is you can add on concierge services for those clients that you have that are looking for that extra level of service and attention. So in Harmony, you can add on concierge services to the premium or junior suite room categories. And in Splash, you can add on concierge services to the premium room categories. So we haven't talked about Serenity, and it's unfortunate that my screen won't share because
Natalia, you could come back. You can always come back when we work this out. So that's fine. So when we get this rewards program so that I can register, but I don't understand. We have a couple of
so you can register your bookings for either Coconut Bay or Serenity at SeabayResortRewards.com. It's all one word, letter CBAY resortrewards.com. We do not have a dive center on site. We have kite surfing on site, but our adventure desk can absolutely help you with booking. If you've got clients that want to dive, our adventure desk can absolutely book them into a dive facility or into a dive trip. And for those of you that don't know, Saint Lucia has a wonderful snorkeling and diving. There is lots to do and see on the island. You want to recommend that your clients, although our resorts are on 85 acres and we've got lots to do to keep everyone busy for 1 week, you definitely want to mention to your clients that they should go off property see the pitons, do the mud baths, visit the waterfalls, visit the Diamond Botanical Gardens, at least see the highlights of the island. And again, we're just a short ride from all of the treasures of St. Lucia, our 2 resorts. I can't speak to what the commission is if you book through a tour operator. I can only speak to commission if you book with us directly. I do see that question, Janet. Thank you. So Kelly, I guess let's transition since we've talked about Coconut Bay for a little bit. Let's talk about Serenity now.
Now, before we do Coconut Bay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Incentive travel. I got a couple of questions about incentive trips. So can you talk a little bit about incentive at Coconut Bay before we go over to Serenity?
Sure. So, it's really interesting because even though I would not consider Coconut Bay a business travel resort, we have had quite a few incentive groups over the year, large incentive groups, as a matter of a fact, with companies who, reward their staff for whatever the incentive might be. And so what we've done for those incentive groups is, number one, they've got a pre-travel event planner that works with them in our North America reservations office, in the office that I am based in. We also have group rates for those incentives. A group for us is considered 5 rooms, staying 5 nights or longer. So that incentive group will get exclusive group rates. They have event planner that works with them and really helps map out what the duration of their stay will look like. So if they want to have a private function, we've got multiple oceanside private event venues that we can do for them. If they want to have private check-in, we can do that for the group as well. If they want to have, like an island tour that's exclusive to that group, we'll help coordinate a private catamaran cruise or a private bus tour or stuff of that nature. So it really is great for incentive groups, also because of the way the resort is situated with our 2 wings, with the Harmony Wing and the Splash Wing. So if you've got some in the incentive group that's adults only, but then if you've got some that are traveling with children, Harmony and Splash works out really well for that.
On that point, destination weddings. I'm sorry.
Yes, no, that's a good point, Kelly. We do want to talk about our weddings. So I love our wedding packages. I'm really passionate about our wedding program. In fact, Kelly, the wedding program at Coconut Bay didn't exist until I came on and dreamed up our wedding packages. So it's something that I'm particularly passionate about. We've got 5 wedding packages. They start from free, based on a 7-night stay in a particular room category. And they go all the way up to our Pearl wedding package, which is our highest wedding package, at $89.99. And for that $89.99, the wedding couple and 34 of their closest guests get essentially a 3-day celebration. So they have the rehearsal dinner, the ceremony, the reception, all of the decor, all of the food, all of the entertainment, all of the drinks. And so rehearsal, dinner, ceremony, reception, and a catamaran sunset cruise on the day of their choosing after their wedding day. So that Pearl package is essentially a 3-day celebration. It's an excellent value. At Coconut Bay, we only do 1 big wedding per day because we want our brides to have our undivided attention. And we also want our brides to have her day, her way. So everything is 100% customizable, and they really do have a very special experience because all of our brides have a pre-travel event planner and then an on-site wedding coordinator. So we literally hold their hand from their very first phone call to their day of arrival, through to their wedding day, through to their day of departure. So very special experience. And our resorts, again, are ideal for that destination wedding because of the way they're situated with the Harmony Adults Only Wing and the Splash Family Friendly Wing. So everyone in the family can come to the wedding. They can bring that flower girl. They can bring that ring bearer. They would stay on the Splash side. And then those that are traveling without children can stay on the Harmony side. And Kelly, what's happened organically since we opened Serenity is the bride and groom now stay at Serenity, and they have the rest of the family stay at Coconut Bay, because Serenity guests can enjoy all of Coconut Bay amenities, but it does not go vice versa. And what happens is after the wedding day, they have that nice bit of separation from the rest of the family.
Fantastic. So Michael is asking, can you log Serenity and Coconut Bay on the same website? I think so.
There are two different websites, but you can access Serenity from Coconut Bay website under resorts on the drop down. But Coconut Bay's website is cbay, letter C, bayresort.com. And Serenity's website is serenity@coconutbay.com.
Fantastic. So I wanted to ask you, I know you used to have the kite surfing school. Is this still there?
Kite surfing is still there. It is still a really big attraction on resort. Our kite surfing season is the traditional winter season in the US. So from about November to April is our kite surfing season. The best time for kite surfing is usually January and February, even in March as well. And sometimes we'll have as many as 20 kites in the water at that time. And our kite surfing facility includes all the equipment and instruction. So guests can choose to bring their own equipment or they can rent on arrival.
Okay. Now, before we go to Serenity, which is going to take a short walk across, I wanted to ask, I forgot what I was. Oh, yes. You used to do the weddings in the lighthouse. Is this still?
Yeah, a long time ago. No, what happened was the government made some changes to the actual facility where the lighthouse is.
Wow,
They put some, I want to say radar equipment up there. And unfortunately, it took away our beautiful, one of our really gorgeous wedding sites. But right now, both of our wedding facilities are oceanside. We have our oceanside wedding gazebo and our oceanside Eternity Beach location. And both of those locations we use for private events as well. So Kelly, in addition to incentive groups and destination weddings, Coconut Bay has also become really great for family reunions. And of course, as you all know, there's lots of family reunions happening right now in the world post-COVID. Well, I hope we'll say post-COVID. So we've got lots of families that are planning family reunions for the end of 21 into 22. And our resorts work really well for those family reunions, again, because of the Harmony and Splash layout, but also because of the private venues that we have available that are all beachside. So the venues that we use for destination weddings, we also use those same venues for private events. They're oceanside venues. So, you know, a family reunion can have a bonfire of the beach. They can have a steel drum band, all right next to the ocean with that beautiful island breeze blowing.
Fantastic. This is more reasons to go home. So let's move across and let's talk about your beautiful adult only Serenity at Coconut Bay. Now, a lot of people normally get confused and not sure, like, you know, tell us exactly how the two properties are located, because it's a property in a property, basically.
That's right. That's a really good way to describe it. So Serenity at Coconut Bay is our brand new, when I say new, because she's only 4 years young. So we opened Serenity in 2017. But it's 36 luxury plunge pool butler suites.
We've got amazing luxury plunge pool. Beautiful.
Yes, they're absolutely stunning. And to your point, Kelly, it's two resorts in one. So Serenity guests get the stay at one, play at two experience, because Serenity guests get to enjoy all of Coconut Bay amenities, but it does not go vice versa. So when you come into that short 3-minute drive from the airport, it's not even 3 minutes. I don't know. It's like
you could walk. You could do walk.
So when you come in from that short drive from the airport, you come down our main road, you go to the left to Serenity, you go to the right to Coconut Bay. Serenity Suites, as I mentioned, it's 36 plunge pool butler suites. We have them divided into 3-room categories because of the size of the suites. And let me tell you, the size of the suites, Kelly, it's 1,200 to 1,900 square feet of interior and exterior space. So they are by no means small. That's bigger than a lot of New York apartments.
Bigger than my apartment. And it's very private as well. So you could be in your suite or outside of your suite, because the shrubbery is so private that you could just walk around, you know, however you feel like.
How natural. And they really are designed for that. So Serenity is definitely your romance resort. It is ideal for your honeymooners, your anniversary clients, your luxury clients looking for that extra level of service and attention. Every suite has its own private plunge pool with a waterfall. They are indoor, outdoor spaces. They all have king beds. They all have 55-inch flat screen TVs. They all have outdoor patios with a hammock and loungers. And really, Kelly, they are meant for, not just the indoor outdoor experience, but that level of privacy. Because we have a lot of honeymooners, the suites are designed in such a way. We actually had 24-hour contactless room service before contactless was a thing. Before it was a thing, we had that. And we designed the suites in such a way that, if you and your honey are au natural on your patio, but you want that bottle of bubbly from your butler, or you want that afternoon snack from your butler, you don't want to have to get dressed to receive that room service delivery, right? So when Serenity opened, this was a really neat design that we did, that we have a food service delivery box, so that all they have to do is just call their butler and say, I'd like that afternoon snack. I'd like that bottle of bubbly. I'd like my rum and Coke. I'd like my cocktail, whatever it is that they're asking their butler for. And their butler simply delivers it into that room service delivery box, rings the doorbell, and he goes on his merry way. And you don't have to get dressed, if you're not dressed, to receive that delivery. And the patios in Serenity, you can go on our website, you can go on our YouTube channel and see the videos. They're absolutely stunning. They really are gorgeous spaces. To your point, Kelly, the landscaping in the suites are designed in such a way that you really can be au natural on your patio, and you don't have to worry about anyone seeing you or anything like that. And we've had, since COVID, Serenity really has become the perfect place for social distance, right?
Yeah.
Because we've had a handful of guests come and they don't really leave the comfort of their suite. And if they want to do that, that's okay, because the food can be delivered to them. Let me talk about the dining experience for a second, Kelly.
But before, Michael said, sounds like a house with your private butler, Michael.
Yes, that's true. With your own private butler, and a house where you don't have to lift a finger. You don't have to clean. You don't have to do a thing.
When I was there, he literally unpacked my luggage. He unpacked my suitcase and he put it up, and he wanted if I wanted to iron it. And I'm like, unless you're coming back to Georgia with me, there's some things that you're not supposed to do, because you get spoiled. They really spoil you. And I mean, they are at your beck and call.
Really do.
So that was really good experience.
Our butlers really do spoil our guests, but I mean, that's part of the service of Serenity. And Kelly, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that Serenity has received several awards in our short 4 years of operations. But the ones that we are most proud of is for 2 years in a row, so 2020 and 2021, we got the TripAdvisor Best of the Best. And for those of you who are not familiar with that, TripAdvisor's Best of the Best puts Serenity in the top 1% of resorts in the world. And not just that, not only is Serenity in the top 1%, but, and I'm going to brag here for a second, Kelly, Serenity is also the top ranked resort in Saint Lucia of the 65 rated resorts on TripAdvisor. So when you go on TripAdvisor and you put in Saint Lucia resorts, and then instead of selecting by rating, you select by, instead of selecting by budget or 5-star or whatever, you select by rankings. When you select rankings, you'll see Serenity is number one. And that's a real tremendous honor for us, because you all know TripAdvisor is based on guest reviews. So that's not us saying we're great. That's our guests talking to the level of service and the experience that they've had at Serenity, which is a really tremendous honor. And, the amenities at Serenity are stunning. The suites in Serenity are absolutely opulent and spacious. But I would say, Kelly, that what makes Coconut Bay and what makes Serenity is our staff.
Yes.
Because as you very well know, St. Lucians are warm, hospitable people, and our staff is what makes the guest experience. So our staff at Coconut Bay and our butlers at Serenity really do make for that special experience. And the butlers customize their stay. So we have a pre-arrival butler form on our website. We highly recommend that if you book your clients, you advise your clients to complete that pre-arrival butler form, or you can complete it on their behalf. Why we recommend that is, number one, it gives our butlers the opportunity to know in advance of arrival what the client preferences are in terms of food and drinks and what they want to do during the course of their stay. But also it gives you or the clients the opportunity to tell us, are they celebrating a special occasion? Is it a honeymoon? Is it an anniversary? Is it a birthday? And then it really gives the butler a chance to personalize their stay so that on arrival, it would be, welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Greene. We're so glad to have you. We understand you're celebrating that 20th anniversary. Tell me, I will be glad to help you set up a private, couples spa treatment or a private island tour or whatever. So the butler can really on arrival nail it for what their expectations are for the duration of their stay.
That's fantastic. That's good to know. And travel advisors, I'll put Natalia's information in there if you want to book directly. But as she said earlier on, all major tour operators in the US and Canada and in the UK, I see somebody from the UK is here. You could book with all of the major tour operators, and Serenity at Coconut Bay and Coconut Bay Beach Resort and Spa is in the southern end of the island, a few minutes from the airport. You can literally walk if you would like to. And I saw these questions earlier on about, are the transfers included? I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So airport transfers are included. For Serenity guests, they're private airport transfers. And for Coconut Bay guests, they are grouped.
So transfers included if you book directly or not, it's included. If you book directly or if you book with a tour operator.
It doesn't matter who you book through, the transfers are included. So even if you book through a tour operator, they're included. If you book direct, they're included.
And then you have a rep at the airport. So if a client arrives, and not that they won't have a transfer, but they have an issue, you have a rep at the airport. You have a desk at the airport to meet all of your arrivals as well.
Absolutely. So, one of the benefits of being so close to the airport is we can greet our guests on arrival. So we have an airport rep that's right there when they come out of customs and immigration. Right when they come out of that area, there are kiosks there, and they simply go to the Coconut Bay kiosk, and our rep at the airport will arrange for their transfer to the resorts. And I see the question, do you facilitate COVID testing? Thanks for asking that question, because there's a couple of recent developments that we've had that I absolutely would love to announce. So
yes, I'm glad. I wanted to ask about that because I saw a couple of announcements. I'm like, we need to talk about that.
Yes. So both of our resorts do provide the free return home antigen test, which is what is required to the US, and they are conducted on resorts. So the guests simply have to make arrangements with the front desk 3 days prior to their departure about having those return home antigen testing done. It is a fairly seamless process. I've had to go through it myself. The representative comes, administers the test, and then you have the results literally within 24 hours. But what we announced this week that's really, really important, you definitely want to know this for your clients, is that we are effective literally this week going to include travel insurance for all bookings now through September 30th and for travel through June of 22. With the evolution of this Delta variant, of which I hate to even talk about it, but it's out there. We made the decision that we are going to go ahead and include travel insurance for our clients, so that gives you an opportunity to give your clients a comfort level. Okay. We're trying to create a worry-free booking experience. So we have a flexible cancellation policy. We have no change fees. We're including the return home antigen test. And now we are including travel insurance for your clients. As long as they're staying 5 nights or longer, the antigen test is included and the travel insurance is included.
So, Janet, that answers your question. At the free testing, do you have to be there for a certain number of days? And it is 5 days.
The free return home antigen tests and the free insurance is included for stays of 5 nights or longer. Now, both of those things are available. If they're staying less than 5 nights, there's just a fee.
And PCR tests for Canadians.
Right. So the PCR test, unfortunately, unfortunately is not included because they cannot be conducted on resort. So there is a fee for the PCR test. I believe it's $100 per person, but we will help the clients make the arrangements to go to the clinic to have that PCR test done. So they would have to pay for the taxi transfer and then pay for the PCR test. Unfortunately, PCR tests cannot be conducted on resort, so they will have to pay for that.
Yeah, and that's for all properties in St. Lucia. PCR test for the Canadian, it has to be done by the national lab. So there is a cost for all of the PCR tests. Yeah. Maybe a few hotels are doing it for free, but that's standard that the PCR test has to go through the government agency. So two questions. I know we have had you on board for a while. You're going to come back, Natalia. And I saw, one question, what else can you walk to? Anything? So the Hilly Serenity side, would it be accessible for the physically challenged?
It's not hilly on resort. So on our 85 acres, there's lots where you can walk around without a problem. So it's not hilly in that regard. And in terms of wheelchair access, at Coconut Bay, we have, I believe, 4 or 5 accessible rooms. Serenity, unfortunately, is not wheelchair accessible because you have to step up into the suite. So there's steps involved. There are also steps involved in going to the Great House, which is the main dining restaurant. But at Coconut Bay, it absolutely is wheelchair accessible and very easy. So we've had, I was telling you all earlier, we've had some family reunions in recent years where you have from 2 to 82. So everyone in the family coming along. And I have to say that our older guests get around on resort just fine. Yes, we do have a fitness facility and it is air conditioned. And thanks for asking that question because I should talk for a minute about all of the amenities at Coconut Bay. So there are not just the fitness center, but tennis courts, basketball courts, pool volleyball, beach volleyball, the paintball course, kite surfing. There's also included in our all-inclusive package is non-motorized water sports. So snorkeling, kayaking, and stand-up paddleboarding are all included. And I see that question in regards to the travel insurance. And yes, one of the reasons we instituted this travel insurance is because it does include coverage of quarantine if the unlikely happens and a guest tests positive.
But where would they, if somebody at Serenity tests positive, do they go to Coconut Bay or they stay at Serenity?
Actually, I don't know the answer to that question. We have quarantine rooms assigned at Coconut Bay. I have not heard of us using quarantine rooms at Serenity, but it also hasn't happened. So I'm not sure of that. Entertainment for the kids. That's a really great question. So our kids club, as I mentioned, is 50,000 square feet. So you can imagine in that space, there is lots to do to keep them entertained. The kids have their very own splash pad, their very own pirate ship, their very own swing set and rock climbing wall. But the kids also have their own activity schedule and it's age divided.
And their own swimmer pool bar. You need to talk about that.
And their own swimmer pool bar. And there's the kids' schedule of activities. Well, the kids club is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. However, we have kids activities scheduled also a couple nights during the week as well, so that mom and dad could have dinner on their own if they choose to a couple nights a week. So the kids have their own entertainment schedule. They have their own activity schedule. It includes everything from coconut bowling to the splash pad to turtle watching during nesting season, to camp night, to movie night, to character night. So they've got all kinds of entertainment on their schedule.
Okay, so Natalia, I know we don't want to keep you too long, but as I said before, we are going to have you back to show us some images because I know that, I don't know, technology doesn't always work in our way. But just to reiterate, they do have a travel advisors portal. The program is what? Can you just recap for the?
Yes, I'll recap again. So Coconut Bay pays 13% commission on direct bookings. Or if you don't book with us directly, still register your bookings, because all bookings of 7 nights or more, you have the opportunity to earn up to $60 booking bonus per 70 nights stay and per 7 night stay. And that varies by room category. And all you have to do is register your bookings, letter C, Bay Resort Rewards.com. So cbayresortrewards.com is where you want to register your bookings. And then for Serenity pays 15% commission on direct bookings. But regardless of who you book with, you have the opportunity to earn your rewards. Those rewards are based on a 7-night stay, and that is up to $150 per 7-night booking at SerenityResortRewards.com. So you want to register your bookings. We also have several opportunities for travel agents. If you would like to share our videos, if you would like to share our photography, you just have to shoot me an email. I'll be glad to give that to you so you all can share it on your social media channels. If you need fact sheets from us, if you need flyers from us, we'll be glad to provide that for you. We've also had a handful of agents reach out to us.
Is Natalia Greene at Bell South?
Natalia Greene at bellsouth.net. Yes, thank you. But the inside sales contact for you all is sales, SALES, at cbayna.com. And that is Faith Spencer. Faith Spencer is our inside sales. She deals with all of our travel agent partners. She can help you whether you have questions regarding your rewards or you have questions regarding your commission. Faith Spencer, sales, SALES, at letter C, bayna.com.
cbayna.com.
CBay and sales at cbayna.com. That's your inside sales contact. She'll be happy to help you with any questions you have. We have had some of you all reach out to us, not just for flyers or fact sheets, but if you're going to a wedding show and you wanted some collateral to share, we'll be glad to do that for you.
Okay, so Natalia, thank you so much. I'm sorry for keeping you longer, but you did really well without the actual presentation. But you're gonna come back maybe in a couple of weeks again. We're gonna come back because change is happening all the time. I had a question to ask you. When it comes to vaccination, does your hotel accept clients who are not vaccinated?
We do. We are accepting clients that are not vaccinated for right now, but the vaccination question, Kelly, that's also really exciting. And we're just sharing this on our corporate social media this week, is something that's really good for y'all to know is Coconut Bay staff as of this week is 80% vaccinated. Serenity staff as of this week is 90% vaccinated. That's an important point that you all might want to share with your clients. So we're excited about it because we're constantly moving to, obviously the goal here is to keep our staff and our guests safe. So this is a really good opportunity with really good information to share.
Yes, Michael, this is excellent. That says a lot about the resort, which they put safety of their staff and also clients as well.
Absolutely. So, and Michael, we're working to, our executive team is working with our staff. Our goal is to get to 100%, but we're not there yet.
The island, we are not, and when I say we, I talk about me, Saint Lucian, but I am vaccinated. But the island, not totally, I don't think we have reached 50% in general yet for the total population, but they're working on that. The US government just gave us some Pfizer vaccines. It arrived yesterday. So I think we're about 52,000. So hopefully all that is utilized on the island and more people get vaccinated, but it's getting there slowly. There is still a little bit of vaccine hesitancy, just like in the US and most of the Caribbean, but slowly that we are getting there. So that I know vaccines don't protect you fully, but it gives you a layer of protection. And this is what we need to really curb this thing, because I'm already tired of it.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see that the hotels are doing what they have to do to keep
Absolutely.
the staff and their clients safe, because at the end of the
Yes.
day, we have somebody has to do that. So it's glad to see that.
Absolutely. And something else I think that's important for us to share before we sign off, Kelly, is that the resorts that are operational are COVID certified.
Yes.
And the
Every
protocols,
single-
right. So Coconut Bay is COVID certified, Serenity is COVID certified, but not just that. The island has created somewhat of a bubble in the fact that international arriving guests can only stay at COVID certified resorts, but not just that, they can only go to COVID certified tours. And what the destination has done to keep the residents safe and the visitors safe is at those COVID certified tours, international guests go on certain days of the week and residents go on certain days of the week to create somewhat of a bubble. So we're not caught. The goal is to keep everyone safe.
Yes, and then just saying that, Natalia, also it creates that bubble that if somebody tests positive, they could trace them easily because they will know which set of people were there, so they can do contact tracing easily and get to the source and let everybody who was in contact know that somebody in that group tested positive. So it works that way as well.
I see that question on Facebook in regards to the tour providers. I can't speak to that across the whole island. What I can say is that most of the companies that deal with tourism on island have higher percentages of staff vaccinations than don't. Am I saying that correctly, Kelly? Although
Yes,
we can't
correct.
speak to everybody.
Yes, most definitely. Most of the hotels and the staff are getting vaccinated, and I know the percentage is quite high. Coconut Bay, you said 80%. I know a couple of hotels that are already 70 and close to 90. So most definitely the hotel staff are taking precautions, and they too are getting vaccinated. Because at the end of the day, they're the ones who are interacting with the visitors more. All the time, so they have to do whatever they have to do to protect themselves and their families, because at the end of the day they go home to their families. So
For sure.
safety, and you always think about lives and livelihood. There must be a balance between the two, and you can't have a livelihood if you're dead. And so you must be able to put a balance between the two. And I know it's a very sensitive topic when it comes to vaccination and your rights, but at the end of the day you have to think about lives and livelihood, and there must be a balance.
Mm-hmm.
So on that
But
note, Natalia, you have to come back. Let's sort out this
yes,
techie thing that we couldn't get through this time. But
yeah, maybe I'll try it from a different computer next time, and hopefully the presentation will come through.
because okay, travel by Gwen. She will be on island in a couple of weeks. Would it be possible to do a quick tour while I'm there, Natalia?
It depends where you're staying, because there are protocols right now in regards to if you're coming from another certified resort, COVID certified resort, it's okay. If you're not, it's not okay. So unfortunately, due to the protocols right now, you can't just show up for a site inspection anymore.
But you have the email address for sales. You could coordinate. I think I'll post it again. It's sales NA.
Sales
Sorry.
at CBANA.
CBANA.com. Sales at CBA. So travel by Gwen. Sales at CBAYNA.com.
Sales at CBANA.com.
My memory is so terrible. I forget that twice already. So just send an email and let her know. Let her know what you plan to do, where you stay, and she'll let you know if it's possible. Yes. And Faith is the one that you'll be talking to. So she'll coordinate with Faith, and she'll let you know if it's possible. So it's almost. Thank you so much, Natalia. You need to come back again.
Let's. Kelly, I enjoyed. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Kelly, for inviting me. I'm sorry the presentation couldn't share, but I enjoyed being on Coffee with Kelly today, and look forward to seeing you all again. Any questions you have, we're just an email away.
Thank you. Thank you all to all of our listeners, our attendees from all over the US and Canada and the UK. Thank you for joining us this morning. And again, for those who came in late, or this will be posted, this will be in the group, in the TASC group, and it's also on our YouTube channel. So you can also take the link and share with your clients if you want to. But this will be living on our TASC site. And you could always go back and listen on if you missed something. It will be there for you to watch at your leisure. So again, thank you, Natalia. Thank you to all of our listeners.
Kelly.
Thank you. Bye. Have a
Thank you for joining us today.
Yes. See, thank you, Omar, for coming on this morning. So have a great weekend and be safe, everybody. And hydrate. Oh my God, it's hot. Please hydrate as well. So talk to everybody later. Bye.
Have a great day. Thank you all.